Situated on the outskirts of Nairobi, Kibera is the largest informal settlement in Africa. It is also home to approximately 250,000 people across an area of just 2.5 kilometers. The slum is a vibrant but densely populated place. Due to high unemployment and illiteracy levels, many youth in Kibera find solace not only in drugs but engage in criminal activities. The youth are henceforth treated as dangerous and a threat to society. It is in these circumstances that we meet Haruna Ibrahim Mohammed, a 34-year-old man drowning in these social ills that have defined majority of his life.
Mimi niligrow kwa roughness. Nilikuwa nakaa hapa nyuma banka. Kila mtu alikuwa mbaya.
Haruna is a son, husband, and a father of 4. But that is not what many in Kibera associate him with. They call him Don Gaidi, a Swahili word which, when translated to English, means a terrorist.
Mimi mabeste yangu watu walikufa. Mimi ndio last man standing. What?
Due to his involvement in criminal activities, Haruna is not only well known to Kibera residents, but to law enforcement officers.
Mimi nishashikwa mara mingi. Hakuna askari anijui hapa. Wote wananijua. Wote. Hadi SSP.
Just like other children, Haruna was once a young man that any parent would want in a son. Or so they thought.
Kwa childhood yake alipoanza bakiwa mdogo, mtoto alikuwa very brave na alikuwa very active. Kwa school walimu walikuwa wanampenda. Alikuja kutoka standard 1 mpaka karibu standard 7. Kama yeye anatoka number 1 kwa shule.
Haruna's father, Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed, had high expectations for his son. But where exactly did the rain start beating?
Lakini things changed. Alipoenda standard 8, mambo yalipinduka. Mtoto akawa tena hasikii maneno. Mtoto hataki hata kushika kitabu.
The environment has a contribution in that. If a child grows up in an environment where there is a lot of hard working and the environment is conducive, these cases are very minimal. But when in a slum where maybe there are a lot of things done that are not right, a child growing, they learn to adapt to the environment. So I can say that the environment contributes to the outcome of a child.
Violence can be traced throughout his life. It started when he was in primary school.
Nakumbuka ilikuwa 2007. Nilipigwa marisasi kapiga tu lami. Best yangu moja mwenye nibaki na yeye mwingine ako Kamiti. Aliua mtu.
Peer pressure, lack of proper role models, coupled with dangerous environment in which he grew up in, is partly to blame for the way his life turned out to be. Meet Musa Suleiman, Haruna's best friend.
Harun ni kweli alipata kwa crime. Siwezi danganya. Mimi nimezaliwa 1977. Tulipatana kwa tulipatana kidamu. Na tukajipata tuko kwa akanipata niko kwa crime tukajipata tuko kwa crime.
uni ex-condemn huyu. Na tujajuana leo. Si jana, si juzi. Tumekaa naye sana. Nikosa kuonekana ananitafuta. Akosa kuonekana mimi namtafuta.
Kwanza nilikuwa napiga watu ngeta, pocket, hata hiyo ingine yote tulifanya. Gangster, tutakuwa.
Haruna and Musa are inseparable. They have committed crime together. At one point, Haruna had to rescue his friend after he almost got lynched by an irate mob in downtown Nairobi after a robbery attempt went wrong. Haruna's father says he's aware of his son's misdoings.
I knew. Sitadanganya ati mimi sikujua. Mimi nilijua yeye amenani kwa crime kama ile ya basi ile ya City Hopper. Ninaweza kusema kweli hiyo ilitokea. Unaona, na hapa saa zingine wanapigana barabarani hapa ama ananyang'anya watu. Unaona, siwezi kukata hiyo imetokea.
But there is one incident in particular that he will never forget.
Niliajak City Hopper na huyu best yangu wako ndani. Watu wawili, City Hopper mzima. Kila mtu alilala chini. Tukachukua kila kitu tukatoka. Kurudi hapa nyumba yangu ilipigwa upside down. Nakumbuka stupid. Alilamba mchanga akasema ataniua. Lakini hakunipata. Ndio nikaenda Busia for 10 good years.
Siku zingine niko job, nikapigiwa simu au wamefanya kitendo kingine mbaya sana. Wali hijack bus City Hopper. Unaona? Sasa mimi nilipoona hivyo, niliporudi au walikuwa wajepatikana, mimi nikafanya nini? Nikasema wewe sasa hautakaa hapa. I have a plot in Busia. I think you can go and stay there.
After the incident, his father sent him up country to Busia. He had to save him from police who had vowed to finish him off on sight. He stayed in Busia for a whole 10 years. Did he reform while in Busia?
It is okay to bail out your child from the prison, but again, what are you bailing them out to come and do? And so what I keep advising parents is that when you get to that point, when you're bailing your child out of custody and all that, make sure they get help. Involve professionals who can work with the child, because when you give your child such a support, then it will be very difficult for them to go back in prison again. But when you bail them out, you take them back to the society, to the same place they were, chances are you will keep doing that for a long time.
Nilireform nikiwa huko. Nilikuwa nimetokea kifo.
Haruna eventually returned to Kibera. He was not alone. He had already started a family. Opportunities to work in Saudi Arabia opened up and off he went to work. A year later, he was back home after what he calls slight misunderstanding with his employer. Another opportunity to work in Dubai then presented itself.
Alipofanya interview ya kwanza, watu wakasema, mbona inaonekana wewe uko nani sana kwa nani za Kiarabu? Akasema yes, mimi nilikuwa nafanya Saudi Arabia, lakini tulikosana kidogo ndio nimerudi. Makosana yetu ilitokea kwa kitu fulani. Akasema are you ready to go and work with in Dubai? Akasema ndio. Kazi akawa anaenda kufanya kazi ya security. Alienda, in fact they liked him very much. Huko alifanya kazi vizuri sana kwa hawa mpaka watu walimpenda. Ilikuwa top security in Dubai.
His criminal ways and short temper could not let him prosper in Dubai. He fought and broke a man's jaw, which saw him arrested. He lost his job too.
Nika huko nikaona siwezi kaa pandemisi hapa si kwetu. Nikamwambia mimi ndakufa. Mimi ndajiua. Mkubwa Almaraya akakuja. Yeye kuja akaniambia unataka aje? Nikamwambia kitu mimi nataka tu niende kwetu. Hiyo saa 8 nililetewa release letter. Kama hata hakuna mtu wangu anajua hapa. Niliingia ghafla. Kila mtu alishindwa nini mbaya.
Eventually, he had to be deported back to Kenya.
Budangu aliniambia nimemdisappoint. Ndio buda umemwona hapo ndani. Alisema nimemdisappoint, lakini bado hajanitupa mpaka leo. Mimi namdisigi. Wallahi mpaka leo hajanitupa. Ni buda kiari. Hata hii video akiona atajua.
Frustrated, he drowned his sorrows with alcohol. He became more aggressive and returned to his criminal ways. At one point, social media was awash with gory images of a presumed dead Haruna. In Kibera, it was celebrations, as one of the community's tormentors was no more.
Nilipigwa Jamhuri, kila mtu alijua nimekufa, hata wakanipost. Wakapost Haruna amededi.
So ilikuwa mob justice.
Nienda kupigana vita si yangu. Watu walikuwa wananitumia tu. Walinitumia lakini ikakuwa tu sawa, wakanitumia ukweli. Wakanikimbia wote. Nikabaki napigana na watu wa 20. 20 good people. Na nikatoka.
After escaping death so many times and most of his friends dead, Haruna is tired of criminal life. He desires to change. He assures us that he is a reformed man.
Roughness haisaidii. Unakosa hata usingizi. Ulali. Haisaidii. Unakosa hadi usingizi. Kumbuka tu umekosea.
It is not easy for him personally, being in prison so many times, being rejected, because I can sense a sense of he's been stigmatized by the society. It is not easy for him. And so when the society accepts or learn to accommodate him, gradually he's going to change, because in many cases you find that whatever happens in the mind, we're going to see it in actions. And so when he feels that the society is accommodating him, there's a lot of empathy, he's gradually going to change.
Haruna now spends most of his time manning the Makina bus stop in Kibera. Not only that, he engages in garbage collection alongside other Kibera youth who are also reforming criminals.
Vile nitoka jela, nikaamua tu nikuje na initiative kama hiyo. Ni reform tu vijana. na kweli wamereform.
Suppose then the society embraces and bring up, starts programs that empower, or rather that supports children who are maybe who are gradually getting into the crime, that can really help. It is the responsibility of the society to make sure that they accommodate and they work as a model, because the minute they reject these children, the next thing we hear is that they've been mobbed justice and they've been killed and all that. Yeah.
His desire is to be accepted by the society. However, with his track record, no one seems willing to believe him.
Community wanichukua tu vile wananichukua. Lakini mimi najua mimi nimereform.
So what I would like to tell the society, this person belongs to a family, and the same way your child can find themselves in a bad situation, the way you'd love your child to be treated, treat this one the same. So be patient, have a lot of patience, apply a lot of empathy to this young person, and gradually with time he's going to prove that he has recovered or reformed. Yeah.
His biggest regret, however, is the many times he has caused his parents sleepless nights.
Mimi naomba msamaha sana, nimewakosea sana. Naomba tu msamaha.
He's not happy. He's not okay. It is him who did all those bad things to the society, but again, he's remorseful for what he has done. And so he needs somebody who will not judge him, somebody who will understand and work with him.
Leah Geshia, a mental health specialist, advocates for proper psychological support to enable Haruna get back on his feet.
So the most important thing, or rather what help the parents can give him, is looking for a professional counselor to work with him, and eventually he can reform and become an advocate. I've seen so many people who are advocates today of peace, maybe domestic violence and all that. They were once involved in those activities, and when they reform, then their voice is higher, because they are talking out of experiences, and so there is hope. Yeah.
I very much agree with that. Kama kuna counselors ambao wanaweza kuja kukaa chini wa counsel, please, mimi niko tayari. Hata mungesema leo ama kesho, yeye yuko ready, kwa vile watoto wako in my hand. Sio yeye anawaangalia, mimi ndio nawaangalia watoto wako kwangu hapa nyumbani. Yeye aende akansoliwe, tuone anarudi kwa his foot.
Haruna is not the only reformed or reforming youth in Kibera, and it will take more than motivation to salvage the lives of these young men and women. Florence Ndongo, KU TV News.